Good morning, Des Moines. Today I am sitting here with Neil Armstrong, the first man to step on the moon. Welcome, Mr. Armstrong. Why don't you tell us a little about yourself?
I was born August 5th, 1930. I developed an interest for flying at age 2. I became even more interested when I took my first airplane ride. Then I took flying lessons when I was 15. After being in the Navy and a member of the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, I was moved to astronaut status in 1962. I had 4 years of training for the Apollo 11 mission. I received many awards, the most important being the Medal of Freedom, which is the highest award offered to a U.S. civilian.
Wow, that's great. How or why did the United States decide to travel to the moon?
In a speech made to Congress by President Kennedy, he expressed concern that the United States was falling behind in technology compared to the Soviet Union. On July 16, 1969, Apollo 11 was launched from the Kennedy Space Center.
I'm Neil Armstrong, commander of Apollo 11. Michael Collins was the pilot of the command module. Edwin Aldrin, also known as Buzz, was the lunar module pilot.
Tell us a little about your landing on the moon.
On July 20th, 1969, I was the first man to step on the moon. My first step was captured by a camera in the lunar module, which provided live television coverage. There were 2 parts to the Eagle. The descent stage, which provided the engine used to land on the moon, including 4 legs, storage area, and a ladder to climb down on the moon's surface. The ascent module carried crew back to the command service module.
How did it feel to know you were the first person to walk on the moon?
Walking on the moon was indescribable. We had to wear spacesuits with a portable life support system, which controlled the oxygen, temperature, and pressure inside the suit. It was tricky to get used to the reduced gravity on the surface of the moon. I was able to jump really high compared to how high I could jump on Earth. We spent about 2.5 hours on the moon. We performed a variety of experiments and collected soil and rock samples to bring back to Earth. We brought back the first samples from another planetary body, including basalts, dark color igneous rocks.
3 parts of the Apollo spacecraft: the command module, known as Columbia, the service module and lunar module, known as Eagle.
Land safely back to Earth.
We had parachutes that opened to safely lower the Columbia into the Pacific Ocean. We were retrieved by a helicopter, then to a recovery ship. We were placed into a quarantine until our health was confirmed.
Wow, that's an incredible story. Thank you so much for being here, Mr. Armstrong. We really enjoyed hearing about your adventure to the moon.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
As we all know, that's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.